Hey everybody, it's TJ Crockett. Welcome back to my little country kitchen, and I'm glad that you guys joined me today because we are going to be smoking a pork tenderloin. That's right. One of the most easiest thing that you can cook on a smoker. So we're going to get right into it. Just go ahead and hit that like and subscribe and share. Thank you guys for subscribing so far and help me with this channel. With saying that, we're going to get right into it. It's a rainy day outside to be smoking, but we can do it. So get ready for a great show, and I'm going to show you guys how to do this. Nothing like trying to smoke your food when it's trying to rain. Trying to get that first smoke going with the lid up. You don't want to have that lid down. But we're going to be smoking a pork tenderloin today using lumberjack cherry mixed with charcoal. And guys, stick with me because it's going to be awesome. So let's talk about the ingredients. You want to get you some gloves, of course. I picked up this little pork tenderloin here for $5 at Walmart the other day, and I mean, it's a real cheap meal to do. It's even cheaper for me because I make my own rub, as you can see, and I also make my own barbecue sauce. And the only thing I don't make, of course, is the olive oil. This is all you're going to need right here, and of course your smoker. And I've got a pellet smoker out there. I've got some cherry pellets mixed in with some charcoal, and it's going to be really good. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And what we're going to do is first is we're going to get this right on out of the package here, and try to make sure, guys, I learned this old trick a long time ago, to get your meat room temperature. That way when you get ready to cook it, it doesn't take long for it to come up to what it's supposed to. And we're just going to set this off to the side. And as you can see, this it's got some of the I don't know, water and stuff like that that comes on the tenderloin on any meat. Always want to pat that dry, and that's why you have some paper towels on hand. And let me put some underneath of it too. So let's pat this thing dry real good. I've already got my pellet grill preset to 225. It's a low and slow smoke. And like I say, you just want to get all that water and stuff off of your pork tenderloin here. I'm going to set it back down here. Now, a lot of people trim up their pork tenderloins too, and I like to do that as well. I like to especially pull some of this old nasty stuff off. I don't like this stuff on here, so anything you don't like, you can just remove it. And any of that silver skin, any of this fat. But on this one here, I'm not going to worry too much about it because it kind of gives a little flavor to it too. Not the silver skin, but the fat. And there's not too much silver skin on it. This is more like a fat right here. And I'm going to leave it on there. There's a little piece. I just trim off any pieces that makes it, you know, look out of place. It's going to be hanging off and all that good stuff. So, well, if I can get it over here, these gloves, I want to make it stick. But anyways, that's about good enough right there. So we're going to put this thing on the smoker here in just a second. And when we do it, we're going to bring the temperature up to 145, and I know a lot of people have been taught to bring it up to a different temp, but back in the day, I was one of the first ones before anybody said anything about this temperature being at 145, and everybody thought I was silly. I'm like, oh no, that's not cooked enough. You got to bring it to 170, 175. I'm not going to eat it. I'll get sick and poisoned and all this. Guys, trust me, you're not going to get sick. You're not going to get poisoned. Nothing like that. The bacteria is cooked out and all that good stuff at 145. Actually, we're going to bring it off to 140 and let it finish cooking as it rests, and it'll be coming up to 145. So now that we got it with our olive oil and stuff on it, I'm gonna take one of these gloves off so I can operate here. And I'm gonna get my rub out here, and I'm gonna put my rub all over it. It's real simple. Just get your favorite rub. Let me throw this away. Sit right here. A lot of people has got their favorite rub, and like I said, I make my own and generously put it on there. And if it's got any salt in it, which this does, it is actually going to take 2 coats, because that salt is going to sweat and pull out the moisture in this thing. It's hard doing this with one hand. It's going to pull out the moisture, and I'll end up putting another coat on here right before we get started on the grill. And then as we get through there a little bit more, we will base it with our barbecue sauce that I made. And when we get done, this sucker is going to be so tender and juicy. I mean, it's going to be awesome, guys. And I hope you guys have been watching some of my other videos. I've got a lot of good stuff out. Right now, as we speak, I have some fried potatoes going, and some, let's see, what do you call them? Baby butter beans. And those are so good. And I'm cooking some fried cornbread along with it. And as you can see, I'm putting a lot on here, and I can waste a lot of this because, you know, again, I make it and it doesn't really cost me that much money. And I know some of you guys who buy them at the store, you know, they could be $10, $15, well, anywhere from $5 to $10, $15, depending on what brand you get. But see how that's already kind of soaking, and you can see it already getting wet. Now some of that's from the olive oil that I did, but it's going to do a little bit more than that here in a few minutes as it sits. And I just keep applying it to it until it looks dry. And then it's going to be ready to be put on the smoker here. So we're going to get this done, and then we're going to go out there and we're going to put it on the smoker. Okay, so do you see this right here? I've let it set for about 5 to 6 minutes, and you can see where it's a little bit wet in places. So I'm just going to do this one more time, because I like getting it coated really well, especially the bottom where it has set and it's already sweating all that out. Like I said, guys, this is going to be one of the easiest meals. If you got a smoker, you need to try this little recipe. And no, you're not overdoing it. You can't put too much rub on it. You cannot put too much rub. Okay, so that's it. That's all we're going to do. There it is. Look at that. That looks really good. So now we're going to take it out there and put it on our smoker and let it go for about an hour, maybe an hour and 30 minutes, until it reaches the 140. And then we're going to pull it off and let it rest. We're going to bring it in. Well, before that, we're going to base it the last 10-15 minutes. I'm going to base it real good with my liquid homemade barbecue sauce here. And it's going to get a real good coating on there, and then we're going to bring it in, let it rest for just a few minutes, and then we're going to slice into it, and watch how juicy this is going to be. This is going to be awesome. Okay, guys, so we got it going on here. Bringing it on out here. Put the heavier side to the smoke box. That's where it's going to get most of the heat. I'm going to set my probe in it. Thickest part of the meat. Keep an eye on that. Shut your lid. Let it go. That's all she wrote. So just check the temp on this. It's at 130. And I like to go ahead and get my barbecue sauce on there. As you can see, it's got a real good bark going. I'm just going to do it like this. And it's raining. It's rained several times since I've lifted up this hood. We're going to get this based on here. I like using the squeeze. You can see my ring, how it's already hit my food here. Don't that look good? We're just going to take and turn it over. It's going to be hot. Incredible, incredible. Looks really good. Now I'm going to put this first base on here, and then I'll base it again. In a few more minutes, I'll let it run up again, let it get caramelized. Just making sure I get all of it. Like I said, folks, it's real easy. I like it on there thick. Okay, scoot it back up there. Dang, that's good. Close the lid. Let it go a little bit more. Okay, guys, as you can see, about an hour and 15 minutes later, we're at 141, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it off. Guys, so we just got it off the smoker. I just let it rest for about 5 minutes, and we're going to cut into this. Our desired temperature came up to 144, so that's close enough to 145. And let's talk about what we had to do to get here. It was real easy. Just want to do a little quick recap. Get it, take it out of the package, make sure it's room temperature, wipe it dry, and put your favorite olive oil on it. And then find your favorite rub and base it. And make sure your pellet grill is at 225. Put it on there. And I think it was about 45 minutes or somewhere around there. It came to 130, 133, the temperature did. And I went on and put barbecue sauce on it and basted it with that. Let it come up and let it get caramelized real good. And brought it up to that 142 mark. And we brought it in. And also, while I have been doing this, I have fixed, all day I have fixed butter beans, fried cornbread, and fried potatoes. And I've did my cornbread video on the cast iron skillet, but I haven't showed you guys how to fry it. And that's a whole nother show. Also, my fried potatoes, my famous fried potatoes, country style fried potatoes with onions in it. How do you cook it and without getting them to look all like mashed potatoes, or they fell apart, broke apart, and all that? I've seen so many videos on that. People can't get their potatoes right. But I'm going to show you all in the video soon to come. But right now, we're going to go ahead and cut into this. And let's see how juicy this thing is. I'm going to cut this little end off right here. It just cuts right through it. Oh yeah. Let me get the piece up here so you can see it. Juicy. It's got a good smoke ring. Look at that. I'm going to get it closer in on the camera so you can see it, and I'm going to show you so you can see what it looks like. Beautiful smoke ring. Look at that. And look at the juice coming out of it. Look at that. Just so juicy. I mean, that is going to be very good. Look at that juice coming out of it. So moist. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some up, plate it up, and we're going to do a taste test. So excited, I got it done. I got my butter beans, cornbread, fried potatoes, country style, and I've got our pork tenderloin that was smoked on our pellet grill. And now it's time for the taste test, guys. All right, let's do it. Don't that look so good? I mean, it turned out perfect. Look at that. Time to taste test it. I'm going to taste these beans first, even though this ain't part of our show, but I've got to take a bite. So I like getting a piece of that cornbread, getting it down in there, getting into it. Dang, it's good. Now to come in for a close-up. Right here. So I had it doctored up. I like putting ketchup and hot sauce, and I used the barbecue sauce I made today wasn't hot, so I have some the hot version that I'll put on top of mine because my wife don't like hot stuff. So, and then here's a couple of burnt ends that I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try it right now. Let's get a little bit of this on it. Oh my God, guys, it's so tender. And that burnt end, I love burnt ends. That's good. Now, let's just see how tender this is. Look there. Just cut it right with a fork. So if you like pork, you gotta try this. Now, let's go in with some of this potato. Caramelized onions. That's a country meal right there. Heck yeah, guys. So I showed you another video of some great food. Now all you gotta do is like and share. And guys, I hope you really liked it because this is amazing. So make sure you guys look at all the other videos I got out. Remember, I have one coming out for fried potatoes, the country style fried potatoes in the cast iron skillet. I have the fried cornbread coming out. I've got so many videos coming out, guys. And I really appreciate you guys so much for helping me by subscribing and everything. So thank you very much, and I'll see you guys later. Take it easy. Thank you, guys. TJ Crockett here, signing off. See y'all next time. Y'all be good, you hear?